My name's Colin Stanbridge and I'm Chief Executive of the London Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The London Chamber of Commerce and Industry is the largest business organisation in the capital. What makes it unique is that it represents every size of business from every sector. So at one end we've got the Barclay Group and British Airways, and at the other end we've got the latest sole trader. We cover all the sectors in London and all the boroughs and all the areas of London. But property and construction is a particularly strong part of the London Chamber. We do a whole load of events, we do a lot of policy work. We've just issued a skills pipeline piece of research and we've done a housing report a few months ago, and so we're busily lobbying government on behalf of London really, and London residents, especially about housing, but also about other parts of infrastructure and the built environment. The number of people that we employ involved in property is very small. What we rely on, of course, is our members, and that runs in, I suppose, probably into the hundreds in terms of property and construction companies. And as I say, it's all sizes. So it is the very large, the big players, and the very small. And the great trick is to bring those together, because actually the very small ones are a very important part of the supply chain of the very large ones. And it's interesting that when you're talking to the larger companies, they're very aware that the sort of lobbying that we need to do with government and with the mayor and with anybody else that we can lobby, it's very important to make sure that the smaller companies are represented and their point of view is representative, because without them the supply chain doesn't exist. And also we believe that without the smaller, for example, smaller builders, we have a lack of small builders, and if we're going to build, 50,000 homes a year, the big boys are not going to do that on their own. So we need a growing sector, and that means a growing number of smaller companies, and that they're represented and they're given the chance by government to flourish. The built environment is one of the great selling points of London. Part of our role is to do trade missions, and on those trade missions we try and sell London as well. We want a two-way traffic. We want companies to come to London, set up their businesses, employ lots of people, put lots of money into the economy. And what we find is that there's all sorts of things that will attract them. I mean, obviously the legal system is one, the ease of setting up a business, the ease of doing business. But actually, when you drill down, one of the big factors is the built environment, is the space that they're going to be living in, and their employees and their children and their wives and everybody else is going to be living in. And having a London that's attractive in terms of housing, of terms of infrastructure, in terms of the architecture, is vitally important. So we think that that's something that we need to make sure that we protect. But we don't just put in an aspect, that we have the modern alongside the historic. And also it's something that we need to make sure that we're investing in. So we're very keen on investing in infrastructure, because without the infrastructure you're not going to have the will to build either the office blocks or the residential or the housing or whatever it is. So those are big challenges. I think one of the biggest challenges, given that we're coming out, hopefully, we are coming out of recession and the economy is going to grow at the pace it has been growing for the last few months. The big thing will be skills. Will be, have we got the skilled workforce in all areas? Have we got the skilled workforce to make sure that we get the best built environment? And that means the tradesmen, that means the architects, that means a whole series of people. So we're doing a lot of work on making sure we've got those right skills in place, and the government realises that the skills shortage can be the thing that will hold back the big infrastructure projects as well as the big housing projects. Anything where we can showcase the talent, the obvious talent that we have, is something that we should support. Also, we have a commercial reason for doing it. We're a membership organisation. We want people to join us and help us. We're a not-for-profit organisation, and help us make sure that the views of the property and construction sector are properly represented to not just the central government, but to the mayor, to the boroughs, to all those people that can help them succeed. So we believe that supporting events like this is something that's good for us, but we also hope we're putting something back and it's going to be good for the industry. We believe that supporting events like Vision London is vital to getting the message over and highlighting the problems, but also the actual skills and the flair and the adventure that is in this great sector.